if I give someone my strategy, just because I'm making X amount of money doesn't mean that that trader is going to do the same. Why is that? Because professional trading won't make you rich, but this will. So what is it? Well, it's you. You will make yourself rich. You have to understand, you create your own reality. You create your own results. Now, having a strategy with an edge, right, is just a tool. But the trader is actually in the driver's side. How do I know this? Because there are so many strategies out here that can actually work, right? Now, if I give someone my strategy, just because I'm making X amount of money doesn't mean that that trader is going to do the same. Why is that? Because that trader has to follow his rules, do all the things that I'm doing, right? All of the necessary things like back testing, working hard, so many other things, right? In order to get to the next level. Now, that's the reason why a lot of people will get a strategy and still not make money. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you. It doesn't matter what strategy you are using. And guys, listen, professional trading has nothing to do with the strategy. I said this before and I will continue to say this. It has nothing to do with the strategy. It has to do with the trader. That is it. Because you can actually have a professional trading strategy and still lose money. It's because you are not doing the necessary things to actually make that system a profitable system. It's just what it is. This is how it works, okay? So from my experience, I've been trading for 16 years. Most strategies work, right? It's just that what strategy is going to fit you, your personality, and so on. Because we know that you can have a strategy that wins 30% of the time and you can still make money. But me personally, I don't really want to lose most of the time and then win some of the time. That doesn't really fit my personality. I can't really, even though I know that strategy works out, I can't lose 7 times in a row and then only win 3 times in a row, even though I'm still making money. Okay, I just can't do that. I'd rather lose 50% of the time or 40% of the time. You know, that works out for me. And you have to understand that that's why a lot of people can't really be a good trader, because it's the losing part that's really affecting them. From my experience, dealing with a lot of professional traders and talking to a lot of profitable traders, one thing in common is they have the ability to bounce back real quick after a loss, right? And most people don't. And this is why a lot of people are going to struggle. It doesn't matter if you have the best strategy in the world. Again, trading has nothing to do with the strategy. Yes, you have to have a well-planned strategy, but I'm telling you right now, you can have the best strategy in the world, but still mess up and still lose a lot of money, right? It's just how it works. So you have to make sure you are in the driver's seat, making sure you're doing the right thing. Now, again, let's go back to one of the most important things when it comes to trading, right? Is the ability to lose and bounce back real quick. Most traders don't have that. And honestly, if you don't have that, doesn't matter how good your strategy is, if you can't bounce back real quick after a loss, man, it's almost going to be impossible for you to make money. So I'm here to tell you, trading is difficult because of losing, because human beings are not wired to lose and bounce back real quick, right? Losing for a regular human being, it is painful. If you lose something, trust me, you're gonna feel, hurt, right? So trading is all about losing, right? You're pretty much losing 50% of the time or more. So we all know that losing is part of trading. So we have to rewire our brain to actually, get used to that losing part, because naturally humans are not wired to actually just lose back to back. Okay, so that's why it's very hard for just people in general to come in this trading game and experience profits right away, because that losing part really gets to them. Okay, and I said this in one of my videos, right, not too long ago, that I was talking to a trader that said, hey, I was good at this, right, but I stopped because the losing part was messing me up. Right now, it's to the point where you can actually have a 3-month winning streak, right? And then after that 3-month winning streak, you can maybe go on a 1-week losing streak. And that 1-week losing streak will actually damage you so much to the point where you just forget about that 3-month winning streak. So 3 months is actually what? 12 weeks, right? So you have 12 weeks of just straight winning. And then we have one bad week. Guess what? That one bad week is going to be so painful to the point where it's like you forget all about, winning 12 weeks in a row. And you start to doubt yourself like, man, was this luck? Can I really trade? Can I really do this? Right? It's like, it's amazing how human beings, react to losing, right? It's that bad to the point where you can actually win that many times, right? For 12 weeks in a row. And then 1 week can actually just damage your mindset or damage, everything you got going on. So guys, losing, please do not underestimate that losing is really, really affecting a lot of traders, and it's probably affecting you right now. So you have to get basically used to losing, and there are ways to do it, but it's not going to be easy in the beginning. So this is one of the reasons why I tell you guys, don't go heavy so fast, or in the beginning, because you're going to experience losing. It's just what it is. Every trader is going to experience that. But at the same time, if you don't lose too much, you can actually bounce back real quick after that loss. So you have to understand, guys, losing is part of trading, right? And again, it will affect a lot of people, right? I can literally tell you, listen, in the beginning, you're probably going to be losing, a lot. Let's say I tell you, hey, in the beginning, you're going to lose, your first 2-3 months. And you say, okay, yeah, I understand, right? You tell me, yes, I understand. And guess what? 2 weeks in, you start complaining like, oh man, I'm losing a lot. I can't believe this. And I literally told you, listen, maybe your first 2 or 3 months, man, it's probably going to be rough for you. You're going to be losing. 2 weeks in, you're going to be like, oh man, I'm losing. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, bro, didn't I just tell you that your first 2-3 months is going to be hard? Yeah, you're right. I know, man. But this losing is affecting me. So again, human beings are not wired to actually just lose back to back. That's why it's very hard in the beginning for a trader to actually become a profitable trader, because they can't get over that losing part. Now, if you can get over that losing part and find a way to actually bounce back real quick and just deal with the losses, guys, I'm telling you right now, that is the part that's going to make you rich, because that part right there is going to help you actually, just keep going. Because a lot of people stop or quit because they can't handle the losing part. But if you get to the point where, fine, I understand that trading is all about losing, man, you can actually do really good and make a lot of money in this business. And this is why, I said this actually before, that you can follow somebody alerts, right? And there's nothing wrong with, following alerts if you want to follow alerts. But let's say you follow alerts, right? And that trader is actually on a losing streak, because guess what, guys? We all go through some type of losing streak. We all have some type of drawdown, right? Every trader, experience this. So let's say that you're following a trader, you're following his alerts, and then all of a sudden that trader is in a drawdown, right? On a losing streak. For the most part, you're probably going to either doubt that trader or doubt everything, because you're like, you know what? Man, this trader just actually lost 4 times in a row. Should I take the next trade? Even though you know that trader is a profitable trader, you're going to actually doubt yourself because the losing is so bad, or is affecting you so bad to the point where it's like, can I take the next trade? So again, guys, do not underestimate the losing part of trading. It will affect you, especially in the beginning, okay? And you have to get used to it. It has to be a part of you. You have to rewire your brain and just convince yourself that, listen, losing is whatever. It's not going to hurt me unless I do something, just so bad to the point where, I take a big hit. But remind yourself, losing is part of the business. You can't escape that, and just keep trading your plan. No matter what, no matter if you have 3 losers in a row, no matter if you have 4 losers in a row, keep trading your system. Now, there are a lot of reasons why a lot of people lose in the beginning, right? It could be, not having a well-planned system or strategy. It could be, just you are in a learning phase, okay? You can actually have a profitable strategy, but are in a learning phase, meaning that, you're just trying to get used to the market. So you definitely are going to make mistakes. It's just what it is, right? So you're going to lose a lot. And, another reason, it could be just you are not trying to understand why you are losing and trying to improve, okay? Because guys, improving is literally one of the things that you have to do. And the crazy part about improvement, guys, right? Improvement is, it doesn't show up right away, right? When you actually are growing as a trader, it doesn't show up right away. It's like little, it's so tiny to the point where it doesn't even show up. Like, you can't even see it, period, right? You might still be in the red. Your trading account might still be going down, even though you are improving. That's the weird part, okay? That's the weird part about life in general, right? Things might not seem like, they are getting, better, but actually things are getting better. It's just that it's so small to the point where you won't see it. You can't see the results yet. It's almost like you're trying to build a muscle, guys. We all know that if you're building your muscle, you're not going to see no results maybe until maybe day 60 or 90, right? But guess what? You know, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, like all those days, right, in the beginning basically gave you, right, that boost to see those results on day 90, right? So you have to understand that in the beginning, those tiny results are going to add up, right? That snowball effect, right? So it's going to add up. So it's going to be small in the beginning, right? And then next thing you know, boom, right? It's going to grow bigger, and then you're going to see the results. But the problem is we don't know the time, right? That's the problem. And the reason why we don't know the time is that's how life works, right? I'm, you know, don't blame me. That's how life works. I didn't create life. So we all have to understand when it comes to just improving, we don't have a timestamp, okay? That person or another person, their timestamp might be different from yours, okay? So they actually might be successful year 1 or 6 months from now. And for you, it might take longer. So this is where, you know, people decide to give up because they don't understand that they are actually getting better, even though they don't see it. It's just, we don't know when, you know, the time actually will come. So for me, it took me 8 years. So I had to keep going. I knew I was getting smarter. I knew things was going to basically get better, but I didn't know exactly the time. You know, for me, unfortunately, it took me a long time, but I did make a lot of mistakes. And honestly, if I had to do it all over again, I could do it much quicker. But I'm here to tell you guys, we don't know the time. So you as a trader just have to keep going. You have to keep going. Even though it doesn't feel like you are actually getting smarter or better as a trader, trust me, you are. Okay, it's just stacking up little by little, right? And then eventually it's gonna come to a point where, boom, like you're gonna ask yourself, like, where, like, my goodness, I can't believe, like, I'm winning like crazy. Like, where, you know, where has this, you know, winning streak been all my life, right? It's like it's gonna get to a point where it's like, man, I can't believe it. Like, I was losing last week. Now all of a sudden I can't, you know, for some reason I just can't lose at all. So I'm here to tell you that things will get better. You have to keep improving, keep getting better, and don't let your negative balance or you being at break even discourage you to the point where you don't feel like you're growing. Because if you really measure your growth the right way, I can guarantee you, let's say you've been trading for a year, I guarantee you, if you look back, right, when you first started, you're like, man, you're right. I was horrible. Like, I didn't even know what support and resistance was. I didn't know what, you know, how to even look at supply and demand. Now I actually know how to look at supply and demand. I know how to do this. I know how to do that, right? So a lot of people really just gloss over that or just forget how bad they really were in the beginning, and they just forget, right? So you have to understand, guys. Trust me, if you keep improving, you can definitely get to the next level where you are profitable as a trader. But you have to get used to dealing with losses and understanding it's part of the game, because from my experience, I never really met a profitable trader that can't just deal with the losing part, right? Yes, we all get mad. I'm not saying that, you know, we are robots to the point where we don't get mad at losing, but profitable traders handle losses much differently than, you know, the average, right? And they can actually deal with it to the point where it doesn't affect them on the next trade. So get that down pat, because if you don't, man, I don't see how you can actually make a lot of money from trading. So that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to learn more about how to trade the right way, I do have a trading program that's below in the description. And also have a Black Friday sale going on, right? This is the lowest the price is going to be all year. So make sure you take advantage of that. If you have any questions, comment below, because I try to answer all your guys' questions. Thanks a lot for your time, and please have a great day.